Hello again for End Zone Online. I'm George Ayub with my buddy Bobby Mills, the 1,000-yard guy. We're on the campus of Heartland Lutheran High School, where the Red Hornets will be hosting Nebraska Lutheran this Friday night in a D2 matchup. We're going to talk a little bit about last Friday's games, Bobby, for the city teams. The Islanders took one on the chin against the West Side Warriors.
Yes, they did, as usual. Not as usual, but as I predicted, Mr. Yates was kind of hard to stop, 200 and some odd
49,
yards.
249,
wow.
I think it was.
And just too much for him. And I don't know what happens. Maybe you have games like that. I think Jeff Tomlin will fix that.
That was a 42-7 drubbing of the Islanders, but, you know, they'll be back, and they'll play, you know, Jeff always gets them ready, and there's no quitting the team, so
no,
they'll be back. Northwest Vikings travel to McCook. They lose there 26-13, a lot of penalties, but we've seen Northwest play, and they're a good, solid football team. I figured it'd be a pretty close game.
Yeah, and I think McCook had to be up for that one. It was a pivotal game. They lose this one, that might very well be the playoff season for them. So they responded, and I think the Vikings actually outgained McCook in that game. Another good game for Jose at 23 of 43 for 200 and some odd yards. So they'll be fine. They host Lexington this week. They'll be fine this week.
Riley Shoemaker and the Central Catholic Crusaders, the quarterback Riley Shoemaker, not the coach.
Right.
Head into Columbus. They beat SCOTUS 21-7 to remain undefeated.
That's a tough place to play, and it's always tough to play SCOTUS. They've renewed that rivalry, and very physical game. I think they came out with a couple of injuries, so we hope that's all right. Shoemaker had a great game. In fact, he had an 89-yard run called back. So it would have been 28-7 had that not happened, but of course it did happen. But I thought they looked good, and this week they'll try to keep it rolling.
Good for them, 2-0. Heartland Lutheran, as we said earlier, they host Nebraska Lutheran here. They lost last week to Lawrence Nelson, who is always tough. I checked the point standings, and they're up pretty high. They lost 48-20, I believe, was the score.
Right. Waco Lutheran, or Nebraska Lutheran as they call it, might put the ball in the air a bunch of times. So, you know, it might be a better situation than having them pound up the middle all night. And if they have some good DBs, Heartland Lutheran. This has always been a competitive game in football and basketball between those two schools. So I'm looking for pretty good things this week for the Red Hornets.
Should be good. That game's right here behind us on Friday night. So, some good games last week. Who's your pick for our Player of the Week?
Well, it's Tanner Mazur from Boone Central, Newman Grove. He's the quarterback. He did everything in a 35-31 loss to Norfolk Catholic last week up in Albion. He had 79 yards on 9 carries, I believe, 156 yards passing, 77-yard punt return for a touchdown, and he also had an interception that was real key at the time. Wow. Wonderful player, very versatile, very good at hiding the ball, and just quick as a wink.
Sounds like he did a little bit of everything. Of course, Norfolk Catholic, we should mention, is the #1 team in Class C1. And
29-game winning streak also was kept intact.
Right, so and that was a heck of a game up there. But Boone Central's got a nice team. And Tanner Mazur, our Player of the Week. Tanner will get a framed certificate from the End Zone Online and the Grand Island Independent. Let's look ahead, Bobby, to this Friday night. As we mentioned, the Islanders are going to try to bounce back. They have Norfolk, who is 1-1. They have them at home at Memorial Stadium. What do you look for there?
I look for the Islanders to bounce back big time. Norfolk has a good running back, but it always seems like it's a very, very tough physical game. But I'll bet you the Islanders bounce back very well this week against Norfolk.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get after it. And Norfolk has the last few years gone from a passing team, then they try to pound the ball, then they're back to a passing team. Again this year, they'll do it on the ground, so they'll have to stop that running game.
Right.
Northwest is home as well against 0-3 Lexington. They should get a victory, you think?
I think they should. Lexington's really down this year. It's kind of sad to see, but I think this is a good way for the Vikings to bounce back, and maybe Rose will have a whole bunch of passing yards, but who knows, they may turn to the running game.
Right, they very easily could, and Cole Lehman.
Very good runner.
Very good runner out there. So the Vikings, they're at home against 0-3 Lexington. Central Catholic travels to Milford, and you said before we started here today, Milford's been a bit of a disappointment. They were preseason ranked,
I think
0-2 now, and
right.
not really they haven't really been in any ball game.
They haven't. I don't know what's going on with Marty. They're usually pretty big down there. They've got a good running back. They've got a decent quarterback, but things just haven't clicked, and the teams that have beaten them have not been top-notch teams. So I think if you're going even at home, they better be up for Central Catholic, because this team's a pretty good ball club right now.
Yeah, and you keep winning and you get more confidence, and so
exactly
that win on the road, like you said, at SCOTUS will help them a lot.
Oh yes.
Of course, then as we mentioned as well, Heartland Lutheran's here against Nebraska Lutheran, who could put the ball in the air 60 times maybe.
Well, they have before, and so we hope if they do, the game will probably end at midnight, so be prepared, bring a lunch.
Yeah, right. Maybe the concession stand over here will be open a little bit longer. So that'll be the lineup, and we will be back next week with the results of that game, another Player of the Week. Check us on Tuesday night. We'll be covering volleyball from Northwest High School as Northwest volleyball team takes on Kearney. For End Zone Online, this is George Ayub with Bobby Mills. We'll see you again next week.